There's this belief for people that don't know the way freight works is that this stuff is super fungible. In other words, like all of a sudden, when we had the war in Iran break out in Hormuz, they're like, well, the reason we're seeing the volume increases is because they are moving traffic. And it was like a week after. I'm like, that isn't how fast it works. It takes months oftentimes to reconfigure a supply chain, which is why, May, I think I would argue is as I've seen this massive momentum shift in the market where we've seen a lot of market share gains because it takes a couple of months for shippers to experience intermodal. One of the things we've talked about, Julie, is that once you've experienced intermodal, you don't typically go back because you realize it's getting the shippers to be familiar with it, comfortable with it, configure the supply chains. They don't typically revert back.
No, you're 100% right. This is the interesting thing, and sort of the anecdote that we say is that if you have an educated and engaged user of intermodal, it's like, you guys have just pushed the easy button for me. I don't need to do anything. I don't need to worry about it, right? But if you've had a shipper who had one negative experience with intermodal, that's it. They may have had many negative experiences with, over-the-road trucks, but they're like, I'll just pick another one. So what it is, it's incumbent on us to go back to sort of how we can make it easier for everybody, is really making sure that we have that person who explains intermodal to them, that says, don't worry about it. I've got this for you. I'm going to make you look good. I'm going to give this credit to some folks that we're working with. They said, don't think about FOMO. It's not fear of missing out. It's fear of messing up. And so how can we make sure that the shippers don't feel like we're going to let them mess up? And that's kind of our charge, is we want to make sure that, yes, you press the easy button and it's going to stay that way.